and I was right between three big vats of Wildcat whiskey. All right, I remembered that Mr. Halls had got somebody killed him with a hatchet. He had some.
That's personal.
Somebody got
He
serious.
had some game chickens down behind his house, and he went down there one night to feed them and never come back. They arrested an old black man for it. They wasn't sure it was him, and they never did really stick him because he didn't stay in the pen very long, or they let him out. Mm-hmm. But I remembered that there was probably still 40 acres of good orchard up there. Mm-hmm. And so I decided to come to Blunt Springs and went up on a mountain. I was going to look and see what the peaches looked like. Everything I saw was still green and about that big and clean. Mm-hmm. You know, it wasn't like you just thought somebody had been taking care of them, but they wasn't.
Yeah.
Somebody had built a pasture fence all the way around that land, and I couldn't drive all the way over in there. I had to stop at the fence. And I walked over and looked at the peaches. And they looked good. And I'm thinking, where can I fill up a spray machine? Where Mr. Halls used to fill it up at a spring there, there wasn't no water there anymore. So I saw this little road going down the hill toward 31 Highway. Mm. And so I walked down there, and there was a nice little pond down there about 50 yards. I said, well, here's where whoever took care of these peaches last had been filling up the spray machine. And this was back when very few deer in this country.
Yeah.
If you seen a track, it's like right now you seen an 8-pointer.
Yeah,
12
just seeing a track.
Just seeing a track.
Yeah.
And so there was a cow trail going down from that pond, and I decided I'm going to walk down this trail a little while and see if I see any deer tracks. So I'm walking down that trail just looking down, and about that time I looked up a little, and I saw a bunch of sacks, empty paper bags, big sacks, thrown over, and I said, man, I don't know what that is. Ain't nobody been spraying these peaches. And I walked a little bit further, and I was right between three big vats of Wildcat whiskey.
Ooh! They was filling some sprayers up, but it wasn't for the peaches, was it?
Makes it peach moonshine.
I didn't panic yet.
Yeah.
I done about face just like I did when I was in the Army. I done about face, and I walked slowly, calmly back to the pond. Mm-hmm. And they was about straight up, almost, going up into the field. Mm-hmm. I bet it was that steep, about 40 or 50 yards. Man, I had to hang on because my legs was going.
Yeah.
and I run up that hill wide open. And I run about 40 yards out in the field and collapsed.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just like a jet taking off and running out of fuel.
You was running out of fuel.
I didn't, so I got
adrenaline doesn't run out.
I got a pocket knife in one hand, and there's a big old peach limb about that big around laying there where it'd been sawed off, and I got it in the other hand, and it was getting close to dark. I said, they may get me, but they're going to be a fight.
They're going to have to fight.
And so I laid there and rested a little bit, and I got up and started walking toward the truck, which was about a quarter of a mile from where I was at. And it's getting dark, but I said, if I get off in them big woods, it's going to get dark on me, and I may get lost. So I decided to trust it and go to my truck. And I walked to my truck, and after I got that truck turned around, if anybody got in the way, they'd got run over.
You got it turned around and got out of Dodge.
I come on out of there, and Cracker Black, he was running that little store that's still there now. And I stopped there to get me a cold drink. Cracker said, hey, Terry, man, I ain't seen you in a long time. And I don't think I saw him in several years. And I said, no, I hadn't saw you either, Cracker. What are you doing over here? And I said, well, I've been up on Hall's Mountain and look at them peaches, see if I might be able to talk to Miss Halls, you know, and spray them and pick them and everything. And he said, what did they look like? And I said, there were some good peaches up there. But I believe Cracker knew.
I wouldn't doubt it.
He might have known a little
I believe
inside
Cracker
information.
knew I didn't go call the law or I didn't tell nobody.
No, because you didn't want a target on your back, did you?
Probably 5 years later, we all went up there and just talking a little to see if we might might jump a deer. And I said, let's go down there where that still is. I ain't scared to go down there. 5 or 6 of us were shot.
It's a pile of
And
us.
it had been busted up for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I don't know when it got busted up, but it had been busted up for probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
What does
down.
busted up mean? Give
The
us a
law had
description.
come in and cut it up with axes and
Cut
stuff
the
where you couldn't
steels up,
reuse
the
it.
tanks and all up.
Yeah,